So I have a PowerPoint, make things super easy for you guys to follow along. Let's start from the beginning. So tonight's call is managing our time. Go ahead and share this with you guys. All right, so tonight is time management and the power of an hour. So I actually created our own power hour checklist based on where I know a lot of you guys are. So your power hour might change depending on where you're at in your business. But for right now, these tasks are going to get you to where you want to be. So let's start. First of all, there's a reminder. You know, I always like to give my announcements before we really get into our main topic. So on Wednesday and through Friday, I will be hosting a sneak peek. It is a 3-day sneak peek into what coaching is like on the Dream Team and specifically on our team, the Extraordinary Dreamers. I'll be posting videos, a lot of great information. So if there is anyone that is even the slightest bit interested in what we do as coaches, even if they are just like, I literally just am curious what you do, I might not want to do it, but I'd love to learn more about it, go ahead and invite them to this group because literally it's no obligation, totally free. It's just an info session. So that starts on Wednesday, and you can find the event link on my like page if you need that. So let's get into time management. So we have our challenge group going. You know, we have lots of people in there that we are trying to help. So, you know, we start to become busy as coaches as we start to help more and more people. I know a lot of you have, you know, full-time jobs. Coaching isn't your main job. You might have kids. You might have, you know, a spouse. You could be looking for a job. You might be in school. I mean, a lot of us are so busy. And just because we're busy doesn't mean that we can't be productive and be successful as coaches. So let's see some tips that we can do to manage our time and help others be successful while helping our business grow. So first of all, set yourself up for success. Sundays are my day that I get ready for the week because, you know, craziness comes. So even if, you know, your days off are a little bit different than mine, try to find that day off before your week really begins. So on a Sunday, what I do is I start, is anyone unmuted? I don't know. That's okay. So what I do is I write out my goals. So you guys want to write down your weekly goals, and then you can actually split those up into days. You know, what do you want to accomplish each day? So once you have that master list of your goals written out, then you can start to prioritize. So I have my list of my goals, and then I even number it, you know, 1 through 10. What is most important? What do I absolutely have to get done on this day? Whether it's, you know, editing a script or, you know, following up with people, planning an event, you know, your priorities might look a little bit different, but it's still so important to write your goals for yourself, you know, things that you want to work on, and then prioritize them and then focus on that first. Something you also want to do is create a schedule for yourself and really, you know, manage your time effectively through the use of a calendar, which we can talk about on the next slide. And then setting business hours is so important because you could be, you know, using so much time, or you could be wasting a lot of time, depending on if you have hours set aside to actually work this business. So let's check out making the most of our time and doing that through scheduling. So either you are a pen and paper type person, or maybe you are more tech savvy. So you could either do like a Google Calendar, which is really awesome because you can plug that right into your phone. And it's really great because, you know, it lists out each day. You can plug in individual times. You can have your tasks off to the side. And it even can let you set reminders for yourself. So when you're making a calendar for yourself, what does your day look like before, you know, Beachbody, before the coaching business? Do you work full time? You know, plug that into your calendar. And then what you want to put in next is your workout, because that is so important. You know, I stress that it's so important to take care of yourself. So each morning, you know, I plug in my workout. You know, it's at 5:30 a.m. That's when it's getting done. And then I can see where I can put my business hours. So the first thing you want to schedule in terms of working your Beachbody business is your power hour. That is 1 hour that you're going to dedicate each day to this business. Some people, it might look a little different. Maybe you're going to have, you know, a 3-hour span on a Saturday or something like that, rather than 1 hour every day. But if you're looking at your time, you know, it's very possible to put in that power hour. And sometimes, honestly, it might not even take you an hour once I show you what, you know, tasks are actually in this power hour. So after you plug in your power hour, you know, try to schedule in some personal development. It's so important, guys. You know, we are working on ourselves too. This journey is not just about helping others, it's about helping ourselves. The best way to help others is to have a healthy mind, and doing that through personal development, you know, is so important. Right now I'm reading You Are Awesome, and it's a great book. I can't wait to tell you guys about it, you know, when I'm done with it. And then think about, where are you wasting your time? I don't watch a lot of TV anymore, and I've just gotten used to it. I used to just watch it to watch it. Now, you know, I'll plan to sit down and get my Grey's Anatomy in, because that's what I do to stay sane. But, you know, instead of watching TV every night for an hour or two, could you be dedicating that time, you know, to something better spent, like personal development, you know, or sitting down and sending out more invites, things like that. So just really taking a look at your day, starting to schedule those things out, whether it's through, you know, a handwritten calendar. I have one online, and I have my planner. I mean, I'm just full of calendars in my life. It keeps me, you know, organized, and that's just how I like to do things. But really thinking about, where can you work the business? Where can you dedicate time here and there? So it's really about prioritizing. It's about plugging in that workout, that power hour, and looking at where you kind of are wasting time right now. So when I talk about business hours, the most important thing to do during that business hour, when you first sit down, limit distractions. I mean, how many of us spend so much time scrolling on Facebook? I know I do. Like, I get on and I'm like, it's like a shiny object. Like, I don't know where to go. So first thing you want to do, stop the scrolling. You want to turn off the sound on your computer, because the dinging, you know, can just take your attention somewhere else. You know, put your phone on silent. You know, text, things like that can distract you. Turn off your notifications on Facebook. Or I've even seen people where they literally put a Post-it note over that section of their computer so they don't see it when they sit down in the morning to do this. Turn off your chat, or maybe only enable it for certain people. So I might sometimes just have my chat open for all of you, where I just dedicate time, you know, to chatting with you guys. So those are all great ways that you can limit your distractions and really sit down and focus. And come on, guys. I mean, Pinterest, how often do you sit on Pinterest for hours? Anyways, so let's take a look at our power hour. How many of you have heard of power hour? Can you raise your hand? Have you heard about this? Yes? So I promise you, this job can be done in 1 hour a day. I have seen so many successful people who literally just do this 1 hour a day, and they've been able to replace their full-time income from it. So whether this is something you want to become your full-time income, you're just looking for extra income, whatever you want out of this business, you can get so much out of it by doing these tasks during a focused power hour. So when I say focused power hour, that means, limiting those distractions, making sure that when you sit down to do this, this is the only thing on your radar. This is what you're doing during that time. Maybe you have to break this up. Maybe you have 30 minutes in the morning. That's half your power hour. Maybe you have 30 minutes at night. But I promise you, in an hour, you can get so much accomplished and you can get to where you want to be with your business. So let's take a look at a few of the tasks in the power hour that I know is going to help all of you if you guys do these tasks. So first, you need to focus on the activities that are going to bring your business success. So, maybe you want to start a blog or, work on your like page, things like that. But are those things going to give you, immediate results in terms of your business? They might be great for your future, but you need to do things that are going to push you forward now. So we have a challenge group right now. That means checking in with the challengers. So I know that a lot of you might not have a challenger in our group right now, but you're still a coach in that group. So that means commenting on people's posts, really making them feel supported. You should also be posting in the group. Remember, I talked about the other week how to run an effective challenge group. That means that coaches should still be participating in the group. So make sure you're checking in with the challengers. After you do that, you want to do your follow-up messages. So if you've had some conversations going for a few days, or if someone responded to an invite that you sent out the day before, you want to make sure to go in and do your follow-ups, because these, conversations that are happening right now, these are the most likely to bring you results in terms of, getting those new challengers, getting those new customers, getting those new clients. So make sure that you take the time to follow up. It's so important. And you should also be tracking your business somehow, because I've seen it so many times where you're not tracking and you're really just using your Facebook Messenger as a way to keep track of who you have talked to. And these follow-up messages, they get lost. So make sure you are tracking this somehow, where you're at in the process of your conversations with people. And that way people won't get lost and you might, not miss out on a potential sale or a potential, person that you could help. Next, invites. Make sure, this is one of the top things that you need to do every single day in your power hour. Inviting is so important. It is going to move you along like nothing else. So make sure you're sending at least 3 to 5 invites every day. You also want to be posting to social media at least 3 times a day. So maybe during your power hour, that's when you are putting your first post out. You also want to be adding 3 people to your network. So whatever social media avenue that you are using, make sure you're adding 3 new contacts. So for me, I mainly use Facebook. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use the Find Friends feature. And I'm going to add 3 new people to my Facebook friends. Normally, I shoot for 10 a day because I'm really trying to grow my network faster. But 3 is going to be just fine. Also, reconnect with 3 people. So maybe send out a message to someone, not saying anything about Beachbody, and just literally check in and say, hey, it's been forever since we chatted. How are you doing? Or maybe you comment on someone's post on Facebook. Just say, hey, cool shirt, or, your kids look so cute in this picture. Something. Reconnect. Start building those relationships with at least 3 people during this time. Next, you want to do your coach training task. So whatever group you're in, whether you are in the New Coach University, you are on the 3 Vital Behaviors group, you want to do the task of the day because training is so important during this time. Training is always important. You should always be learning. You should always be wanting to learn. So let's check out. So I talked about, focusing on the activities that are going to build your business. Those are the ones I just talked about. There's a book out there called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard such amazing things about it. I'm definitely going to be ordering it soon, and I highly recommend that if any of you are looking for a personal development book right now, to grab that book. Basically, what he talks about in it, though, is doing things that you don't like to do first. Eating that frog. So if inviting still scares the crap out of you, do it first. Send out those 3 invites and it's done. If this is the first thing you do in the morning, you're not going to have to worry about inviting for the rest of the day, and it's over. So even though all of these tasks, I numbered from 1 through 7, you don't have to necessarily do them in order if there's something on here that really, you just want to get over with. I still would probably keep checking in, following up, and sending those invites in the top 3. But maybe they can be a little flexible if there's something that you really struggle to do every day. For me, it's invite still. Surprisingly, I thought that I would, get over it by now. But I swear, I was just on a call with Melanie not too long ago, and she even said that is what still stresses her out. So, make sure you get those invites in every day, even if it terrifies you. Just do it first. Make sure you're getting it done, though, in your power hour. So then we come over to the other tasks. And these are the things that you're going to do, if you have the time, but it's also so important. You really should aim to get all of these things done in the hour, but the things that I just talked about in the previous slide, they are at the tippy top. That's so important. These, if you have the opportunity to do them in that hour, maybe you have to push it off till later when you have like 15 minutes. But these are super important tasks to do every day too. So, checking your online office. There's a breaking news tab right on the right-hand side as soon as you log into your Coach Online office. Look and see if there's any new information, any sales, like flash sales that are going on. The National Wake Up Call replays are on there. Any promotions, things like that. The Success Club promotions are on there. There's so much, information on that breaking news tab, and it's great because it stays there for a long time. So you can catch up one day if you have time. Also in your Coach Online office, you have the Success Club points on there. You can look at your volume, the leadership ladder. And as you guys start to build your business, these things are super important. You should be pushing for Success Club every month because that shows that you are moving your business along. More importantly, it shows that you're helping people because every time, you get people set up with Shakeology or a challenge pack where they get a fitness program and Shakeology, this means that you are adding something to their life that is going to better them, whether it's nutritionally or it's through fitness. Also, once you guys become Emerald, which is a super important step, and I'm not sure if any of you guys saw, but Melanie is hosting a Emerald raffle. So anyone that becomes Emerald this month, you get entered into a drawing for some awesome prizes. If you guys want more information on that, just let me know. Remember, to become Emerald, you need to have 2 coaches under you. It's not scary, guys. I literally had someone that wanted to try Shakeology, and then I had Alex, and that's what got me to Emerald. It's not scary. It seems scary because it's the next step up. It's really not. Anyways, once you become Emerald, you get leads. And leads are free customers. You literally don't have to do anything. Beachbody gives them to you. So when someone makes a free Beachbody account, they are automatically assigned a coach, and that's what a lead is. So they are given to Emerald and above. So you want to check in with your leads, see if there's anyone you need to reach out to. Their email address is provided. If you have any new customers in there, you want to check in with them. So next, for plugging in during your power hour. Once you do those things, you can see if there are any calls that you can, tap into. These are great trainings. Whether it's the National Wake Up Call, the Dream Team call that night, Extraordinary Dreamers call. If you missed it, you can catch the recording. If there are any calls for your training group. All of these things are going to provide you with some sort of tools that are going to help you in your business and are going to help you help others. Also, check into your team page and see if there are any announcements. I know sometimes people miss things in my page or on the Dream Team page. There's so much information going on there. Make sure you kind of scroll through and see if there's anything you didn't see yet. And then after doing these plug-in tasks, down here, these are our 4 vital behaviors every single day. So these might not happen, right in your power hour, but I wanted to put these on here because these are going to guide the focus, the first tasks that I talked about that were so important. These 4 things, personal development, working out, drinking your Shakeology, recognizing others, they all get, give you something to talk about with others, something to share with others. Maybe you're reconnecting and you're talking about, some personal development. All of these vital behaviors are going to, really guide you to do those first tasks. So it's so important you're doing them anyways, but it will help you during your power hour to do these tasks because you're growing as a coach. You're leading by example by showing others on your team what you're doing, and you're showing others in your social media network that you are showing up every day. And when you send that invite or when you reconnect, they're going to go back to your page maybe and see what you're doing. So really just make sure you get these 4 vital behaviors in every single day. No fail. So that is all I have about power hour. But I know some of you might be asking, okay, we have a challenge group. What am I supposed to be inviting to now? Is anyone wondering this? Kinda? Yeah? This is something I struggled with for a very long time. The 3rd week of the month is always the worst week of the month for me in terms of sales. Normally, I don't make any because I used to just stop inviting. I would say, okay, the challenge group started. Obviously, I can't add anyone in a week into the group. I don't know what I'm supposed to be sending these people invites for. So what I started doing is sending a general invite. And it's going to look a lot like, our specific challenge group invite. It's just, hey, hope all is well. Can't believe, add something personal. Wanted to reach out because I'm hosting a fitness and accountability group next month, and I wanted to see if you'd be interested. I'll be leading a small group of ladies through a fitness program, teaching clean eating, meal planning, and prep, providing daily accountability, motivation. Add something personal again, just so it doesn't sound, super salesy. You never want to sound salesy, guys. And then say, let me know what you think, and I can give you some more info. So in there, you don't mention a date. You don't mention a name of a group because we don't have a name for the next group. The next start date is going to be the third Monday of the month. But normally, if you give a date that far out, people are going to be like, oh, I'll just wait. But you can get people started early. You know, if they do ask when we'd be starting, just say, we'll be starting in a few weeks. But it's super important to, get you set up now, because it does take 7 to 10 days to order. And we can get started as soon as you would like. So this really makes sure that you're still, sending out those invites, you're still getting people interested. It gives you something to focus on, and it keeps it pretty general so people aren't, wondering, why do I need to buy something now if my next group doesn't start for a month? So this just really keeps people, engaged. It keeps you inviting. So this is a great general invite. Another thing that you can send invites for is the coaching opportunity. So if you know someone that really loves fitness and might enjoy helping others and might be a great fit for our team or for your team as you start building your own team, you can send an invite like this. Or you can adjust it to be your style. You can send them an invite to our coaching opportunity event. That's something else you can send an invite to. And even if they're not interested in coaching, maybe they could be a potential challenger. And this is just a way to start the conversation. So these are 2 invites that you can use now that we have already started our challenge group. Because I know that I used to struggle so much, be like, what the heck am I supposed to invite to at the end of the month? And this is something that you can use. Feel free to use, as much as the sample as you would like. Make sure you're personalizing it to each person you invite to. Make sure you check their page first before you invite them. So something terrible, didn't happen and you're sending them this random invite about fitness. Just really try to build those relationships first. Look at who you're inviting. If it is a cold invite, try to connect in some way. But these should definitely help you with inviting over the next 2 weeks. So here's a little review of what we talked about. As far as time management, I promise, guys, this business can be done in such little time as long as you are putting focused time into it. You're not being busy, you're being productive. That's what we are aiming for. So you need to make your goals every day or every week and prioritize them. You need to get a calendar if you haven't already and a business activity tracker. And you need to schedule your time wisely. Look at where you're wasting time. Look at where you can plug in working the business. You need to focus on being productive and not letting your distractions get the best of you. I know we all love Facebook and Pinterest and all of those social media awesome things. I can get lost in it for hours if I let myself. So I really try to do as much as I can to limit that distraction. You also want to make sure you're doing your power hour every single day. So make sure you're doing these tasks because they are going to get you the results that you want. They're going to get you what you want out of this business, and they're going to bring you to more people that you can help. Don't make it complicated. So many times people, try to do so many things at once, and they kind of just get lost in the entire thing. Just really right now, this week, just focus on that power hour. Focus on doing those tasks in that little box. And I promise you, you can have a successful week. You can manage your time effectively if you use that power hour the right way, if you're productive, if you're focused. Does anyone have any questions? That power hour. You can either type it in the chat box or, let me see, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. What's on your list, Amanda? me see. What? Sorry, go ahead. Oh, Eat That Frog. Yeah, I definitely need to pick that one up. I just keep hearing things about it, so it has to be a good one, right?
Yeah, it's next on my list to listen to. Actually, I haven't actually read any of the personal development books, but they're all on my Audible list to listen to.
You did a poll on the Dream Team page, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, I thought that was super helpful, actually. I'm going to try to find that, maybe try to tag all of you in it so you guys can see what some of the most popular books are among our team.
Yeah, there were a lot of suggestions. It
was
really cool.
So it's super helpful in that department. Anyone else have any questions? I know the Dream Team call started a few minutes ago, but anyone else have anything they want to add? Anything they're struggling with or need help with? Everyone's good? You all right? All right. So just keep that event in mind for this Wednesday for our coaching opportunity if there's anyone you want to invite. And remember to really focus on that power hour this week, and let me know if you need anything. Make sure you're participating in our challenge group, and I will talk to you all in a bit. I'm sure I will reach out to you at some point tonight. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.